Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today it's the 1950 Jefferson Nickel, and you'll notice we only have two nickels here from 1950. Usually we have the Philadelphia, the Denver, and the San Francisco, but in 1950 the US Mint decided not to make any. So there's no S coins from 1950. So we flip this one over, we'll see that it is a no mint mark coin, which means that it is Philadelphia. So Philadelphia and Denver made the coins in 1950. In Philadelphia, they made 9.8 million. So you're going, well, that's a huge drop in production. The year before in Philadelphia, they made 60 million. And so they went from 60 million in 1949 to 9.8 million in 1950. And then in 1951, they went back up to 28 million. In 1952, they went to 64 million. So they made almost the least amount ever of Philadelphia coins, but it doesn't even come close to what they did at the Denver Mint. At the Denver Mint, they didn't make 9.8 million, they made 2.6 million. 2.6 million, that's way less than we make proof sets these days. In fact, way less we make proof sets since probably 2005. If you get one of these just in regular condition, a little tiny bit better than this actually has steps on it, so it's getting close, but it's so worn out in here. But if you can get it up to just extra fine 40, you're talking about $10. You get up to an MS65 and you're talking about $28. And if you can get this coin up into a full steps version with 67, you may be talking as much as $17,500. This coin, they just didn't make many. 2.6 million means there's not many chances to have a really perfect coin. In fact, they didn't have any perfect coins. It says E Pluribus Unum on the top of the back. It says Monticello here, down in the middle of the back. 5 cents here, and then United States of America here. And then there's the D over there. A pretty good D, too, if you look at it. It's for the Denver Mint. If we tip it over onto the front, we see that this funny little hole in here, I think that's probably post-mint damage, but it's still pretty cool. And so we're going to keep this coin around. It says, "In God We Trust" here in the front. Liberty here with a star between Liberty and the 1950. And you'll see this is not a great star, but in 1950 they didn't make great stars on here. So this may be as good, or close to as good as you get. If you look down here underneath, you'll see there is no FS there because Felix Schlag, SCHLAG, they didn't put any of his initials, the FS initials, on here until the 1960s. This coin is a nickel coin, but it's really copper and nickel mixed with mostly copper, and I think about 25% nickel in it. It weighs 5 grams and is 21.2 millimeters in diameter. So they made it at the Denver Mint. They made it at the Philly Mint, which is, remember, no mint marks on the front. It's only going to be here on the back this time. And they made it so low a number that it sets the record for the lowest mintage ever since 1938. 1938 was the first year they made it, and even in 1938 at the Denver Mint, they made 5.3 million. They made twice as many at the Denver Mint in 1938 at the end of the Great Depression. And this is a 1938 S, and they made the San Francisco Mint nickels every year until 1950, and then they skipped a year. So that's what the S would look like if they had put one on in 1950. In fact, they still make the San Francisco Mint nickels today, but they're all proof nickels, and here is just a beauty. This is the 2003. This is probably as close to perfect as you can get, but because it's a proof coin, it's not going to be as valuable. So this 2003 is probably going to be worth somewhere around $3 to $5. A proof 65 from 2003 is only worth $1, $1.50, maybe $2. So this is a perfect coin. Why did I bring this one out? Well, because the San Francisco Mint makes the S coins now, but also in 1950 they made proof sets. In 1950, San Francisco Mint didn't make them, but the Philadelphia Mint made them. So in 1950, they made 51,386 proof sets. So they look just like this, except it's a proof set. And it's probably not going to be a cameo like this, but if you get one of these that's really shiny like this, you need to remember it's probably not going to pay your mortgage or buy you a new car, because it's probably a proof set. So first, before you spend all the money that you think it's worth, the $17,500, make sure it's not a proof set, because if it is a proof set, it's going to be worth a lot, but it's only going to be worth about 7 to 8,000 rather than 12 to 15 or 17,000. All right, so that's what we have today. We have the 1950 Philadelphia, we have the 1950 Denver, and we have the 1950 San Francisco Mint, which is a no mint year for San Francisco. Have a great day from DC Coin Roll International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you have in the comments section.